The US ambassador to Israel claims the Trump administration has no plans to intervene in Iran as tension there escalates. This as thousands of people take to the streets of Iran for counter-protests in support of the regime. Here's Adam Parsons.
A lot of Israelis looking to the skies, not so much at the weather, but because of memories of less than a year ago when missiles were traded between this country and Iran. So much speculation here of a renewal of that military conflict involving Israel and the United States. Well, today I sat down with Ambassador Mike Huckabee, America's man in Israel with so much influence in this region, and asked him for his thoughts on whether we are, once again, at the border of conflict.
I think we have a president that would rather never use military power. He would just rather never having to deploy it. But he's also a president that's not a chump. He's not going to watch people slaughtered. He will intervene when it's necessary, and he will deal with those who do horrific things.
But what kind of active role do you anticipate the United States playing in trying, I assume from your perspective, to try to hasten regime change?
I don't think it's something the United States is actively engaged in trying to hasten anything. It's a matter of respect, and this is how President Trump has framed it. He certainly wants there to be recognition that the government of Iran should not murder its own people, should not injure them and hurt them because they're protesting. They have a right to protest, and they're protesting about legitimate things.
I think what's very clear from Mike Huckabee's words there is that the United States does not want to militarily intervene. Why? Well, one of the things that happened when missiles were landing on Tehran last year was that people did begin to unify behind the regime. They won't want to do that this time unless they are provoked. And that was the other thing that I took out of that, was the space that Mike Huckabee had left, that if more images came out of protesters being killed, and of course hundreds already have been, then the US could change. Now the question would be, what would they do? And the suggestion would be that these would not be, of course, widespread missile attacks. These would be targeted against prominent figures in the regime. A very different sort of attack than the one that they carried out in Venezuela when they came in, took Nicolas Maduro, and then went out again before anyone had even barely realized. This would be significant. This could be escalatory. And that is why right now the Americans want to encourage protest, but do not yet want to encourage any military intervention of their own.